I also don't like make it a formal introduction.
Right.
We just start talking.
All right.
So.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. Guys, this is the only time I'm going to refer to the camera so much. We'll talk to each other, basically.
Right.
I'm sitting here with Dash Rippington, also known as my friend for many, many years, Casey Severn.
Yep.
Who is I'm going to let you describe your show, because most times I get, like last week I interviewed New Miss Review, and it was very simple just to say they are a musical act.
Right.
This person's a juggler. Arthur Greenleaf Holmes, I would say comedy act, poet,
Right.
whatever. Yours is, go ahead.
I cause myself pain and discomfort for the enjoyment of others.
You cause yourself pain and discomfort for the enjoyment of others. Now,
Yeah.
could that not be all of us?
That could be. That could be.
Now, why is it you specifically?
All right, so what I do is the art of American sideshow, which is the art of doing painful acts or things that most normal people don't think that are possible. So you make the impossible looking thing relevant to what they're doing.
Okay.
So,
such as?
so I stick my body extremities into animal traps. I stick my tongue in a mouse trap.
Okay.
My fingers in a raccoon trap, and I put my entire wrist into a 8-inch beaver trap.
Okay. Now, I just noticed this. Do you mind if I point this out?
Yeah.
Can you get that on camera? So it's not without its...
No, I'm actually doing the thing.
I know, but I know you're doing the thing, but it's not like you have figured out some method not to get a little injured.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure if that's a good sentence.
No, I do take a good whack out of that because I am putting my entire hand into an animal trap that is designed to trap animals and not let them away.
Right.
So when it slams, and I have to hit it in a certain way because you've got two bones that run this way.
Right.
So you don't want to have the trap snap this way.
Right.
Because that would snap the bones together. Right?
Okay.
So I have to kind of flatten it, but because I flatten it, I go at an angle. So I've got this nice little bruise here.
So Casey, I got to stop you there, and I got to ask the question that maybe a lot of people out there asking me to ask you right now. Why not learn to juggle?
I can juggle.
Everybody can juggle.
Little bit.
Everybody can juggle in this business. But why? Why that?
Do this
yeah,
instead
why
of
that?
juggle?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is much. All right, so I am obviously getting older. I've been doing Ren Fair a long time, and I used to do a lot of stage combat.
Oh, okay.
My body cannot recover from the combat as quickly and as easily.
As a rat trap.
Yeah, well, that is a controlled damage that I know this is going to hurt, and I can heal that. That's fine. And
Okay.
Whereas the overall body, this is a lot easier to do on me.
Okay, now you started, and I know this because that's where I met you, at the
Right.
Maryland Renaissance.
Correct.
We're both Marylanders.
Yes, we are.
And I noticed that your assistant Dot over there,
Yeah.
I think,
My
or is
partner?
it your partner, sorry, or you have it. One of you has a little holster with Old Bay in it.
Oh yeah, that's not.
That's inside baseball for
Yeah.
Marylanders. What is that used for? Is it just a
anything.
gag?
No, it's actual Old Bay in it.
Okay, and you're ready for...
Shout out Spider's Mask, who made the holster for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're out in a boot,
Yeah,
Oh, I sounded Canadian
you're
there.
Canadian.
I should have done that in a Merlin accent. So when you're out and about, hun,
Yeah, there you
and
go.
you want like something on your mashed taters,
Right.
you've got your
Right,
Old
seasoning
Bay.
on the back.
All right, how long have you been doing the act Dash Rippington?
Okay, so Dash Rippington as a character is 30 years old this year.
Wow.
I have been doing sideshow solely for the past 8 or 10, but I've learned how to eat fire when I was 18. So going from like escaping from a straitjacket all the way through.
What kind of idiot would do that?
No, I have no idea who
Some
would do that.
dumb people
I don't
doing
know.
straitjacket
You know,
escapes.
I hang from their ass up in the air. I don't know.
We don't need to go into
No, we don't need to go into
We don't need to go into that. Now, you're a little younger than me, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
And I saw you started at the Maryland Renaissance Fair. I don't want to dox you too much about your
Right.
history, but I saw you working all kinds of gigs there before
Yeah.
you got, not a lot, because I think you came into the entertainment world at least by the second or third year?
Yeah, so I fought kicking and screaming coming to the Renaissance Festival in the first place. I had a friend that kept saying, "You need to come," and I was like, "No, I'm not gonna go to that. That's not what I want to do."
What did you want to do?
So at the time, I was currently doing, at the time I was doing Civil War reenactments,
Okay.
and doing living histories,
Right.
and that is what my interest was at that point. And I was like, that's kind of what I'm looking to do. I'm not looking to do...
Which is more of a hobby.
Yeah, it is more of a
You don't actually, you can't make a living at it like you can in this.
Right. It's mostly volunteer.
Right.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
But my friend finally convinced me. I was like, okay, fine, I will go. It was late in the season. She got me to go, and I left that day with a job.
Okay.
I fell in love with it immediately, and I had to be a part of it. And my first job was in the dunk tank.
Being the guy saying...
Being in the dunk. I was the punk. Dunk the punk. I was the punk.
So you got pretty good at rapid fire responses at improv and stuff?
Absolutely. You basically learn to insult people.
Right.
Insult people in friendly ways.
No, I understand that. I've never been an insult comic, but I can certainly throw some heat somewhere. But yeah, there's a way of doing it with a twinkle in your eye.
Right.
Which is a master class and something that I think this entire world could use. This fair is fine. This fair has the tomato one, which is kind of the same concept. So then you became doing a lot of you were in the local cast at Maryland, doing a lot of fight choreography. You have a lot of names that I could throw out there, but I'm not going to because they're not on the interview. So I try not I don't. You can say names, but I prefer if we just talk about you.
No, that's fine.
So you're in the chess match,
Right?
Because the East Coast Ren Fair world, not so much anymore.
No, not anymore.
Right? Is there even
Pennsylvania?
One? Maryland? No,
Maryland does not have a chess game anymore. Currently,
there used to be a thing, and I think I've talked to these my folks here on Patreon about this before, that the East Coast West Coast divide of Ren Fairs. East Coast always has big pub sings, and used to have a stage full combat chess. West Coast, no pub sing, more of a guild system thing, super highly historically accurate kind of vibe. Just different. Neither one's good or bad. I'm not saying which one's better.
Right.
Relax. But I did like watching the chess matches. They used to have one here. I never participated in one other than being like a cheerleader. Because, of course, I started as a town crier at Maryland, so I would be like I would help be a cheerleader, but I was never in the actual action. And that was before it was combat.
right.
It was all scripted just to be the chess piece would move and the queen would say something very coquettish, quitty. And then I guess she'd be playing against a French ambassador or a Spanish ambassador, and they would, "Oh, your majesty," and then they would do their move, and then there'd be wit. So you're doing that. You're in a show that was the combat of the Shakespearean fights. Was that you?
Oh,
am I thinking of the wrong person?
No,
I'm so sorry
I did do.
And the wrestling.
Yeah, the wrestling.
Wait a minute. Skip that last question. Jump ahead. How much time do we have? Okay. You and whose idea was that?
Okay, so it was
Whose
a
show was
combination.
that?
It was Mike Martin, Joe Grasso, myself, and we decided that we definitely needed people to come in and help with it. And we thought brilliant minds, John Dixon Wakefield and John Kelso. So it was the five of us, and we put together a Shakespeare professional wrestling show where we did scenes of Shakespeare that would have fighting in them, and instead of doing a sword fight, we actually had a 14-foot
I've seen pictures
real professional wrestling ring that
Right.
we did the Shakespearean fights as modern wrestlers.
Now, was this done, because of course wrestling, whatever, if you're a fan or not, we all know by now that there's theatricality to it. Let's just put it at that. But they're not really choreographed professional wrestling. There's a thing where I'm going to hit you, but I'm really going to hit you there, that kind of thing. Was your thing like that, or was it choreographed?
We had
perfectly?
a combination. Okay, so we choreographed all of the wrestling matches because we had a set time frame that we have to fit in.
And you don't want to get hurt.
Right. And so we choreographed everything, but that didn't matter because the state commissioner came in and they wanted to regulate our show as professional wrestling, even though what we were doing was technically, well, we were doing professional wrestling, but it was a choreographed show.
No, wait a minute. State regulator of what?
Boxing and wrestling. Yeah.
Maryland
has an
Does every state have
commission.
that?
I don't know. Not every state has one, or at least not every state encompasses professional wrestling.
So until you kind of made it a kind of tongue-in-cheek joke, we get it. We're making fun of, well, not making fun of, we're having fun with wrestling. You probably put the word wrestling into the show title. That
professional
sparked
wrestling
something.
Inspired.
But before that, that fair existing for 40, however old that fair is, having stage combat all the time, and just because the word wrestling got bantied about, That's what got the attention of the government.
As far as we know, yes.
Wow.
And it's 50 years. This year
50.
is the 50th anniversary.
Oh, that's right, and I'll be there.
Yes, you are. We're sharing a stage.
Oh, cool.
Again.
So that just I'm stuck on that. That the fair can exist. It can have combat. It can have combat chess. It can have jousting with, of course, that combat. But as soon as you throw that that word around,
Yeah.
So you take it as a compliment, I would imagine,
Right.
because you actually had your stanchions, right? Your four corners, your squared circle, as
Yep.
they call it, and you guys must have been very proud.
Right.
And what do they have to litigate, or not litigate?
All right.
What do they have to observe?
They were going to take a portion, or they wanted a portion of the gate. They wanted, athletic commissioner demands that there's a medical personnel that does a physical to each wrestler before they perform. They have to have an athletic commissioner present for all shows.
Okay.
They have to have there's a whole litany of things in Maryland that you have to follow with professional wrestling.
Right.
So what we decided to do is we asked them, what is professional wrestling? And they, after a bunch of back and forth, it finally came out that anytime I touch you and you fall to the mat, which is called taking a bump, that is professional wrestling. So anytime we went forward, we re-choreographed the fights so that instead of touching, we turned that into a stage combat moment. So I never made contact with you and you may take the bump. That makes it not professional wrestling.
And then they left you alone.
Yeah, they left us alone for 5 years.
Oh,
They
you don't do
never
it
came
anymore.
back. No, we retired the show.
Because you're all getting older.
We're all getting older. I had a heart attack in the last show.
I heard about that. I heard about that. It went through the industry. Everybody hear that Casey Severn's dead? It's like when I had my accident. Brian's dead. Casey's dead. No kidding. Neither one of us died. Why not? I mean, I'm just gonna throw this out there.
Yeah.
Why not hire some young bucks and still own it?
We have considered.
I'm getting a look from.
We have considered.
I say that to everybody that has the kind of show that can be. I'm not anti. What's a franchise
Right.
of shows? A few famous. Puke and Stott famously did. Sac Theater famously did. Tortuga Twins are
Right.
currently famously doing it. I can't because my show's a personality. You come to see Brune and it's my personality.
Right.
You, Dash Rippington, is you.
Right.
It'd be hard for you to do it. Arthur can't do it. He's Arthur. He's
Right.
Gordy. He's that guy. But that wrestling show, my God. Why
Right.
not?
Anybody can, but all right, so here you've got to fall into the Renaissance Festival. Who's going to make money? Okay.
Well, you're not going to make a lot with your
No.
franchising. If you get it out there on the circuit.
Right.
But
well,
you'll
all
make a couple $100 a week. I
How
think.
many people in a show?
Well, then you'd have to edit it down.
Yeah.
That'd be
yeah.
two.
So, you'd have to have 3. You have to have an umpire, a referee.
That's true, 3.
So you have to have at least 2 wrestlers and a referee, and if you're going to do this particular show, you're going to at least have to have a stage manager.
Oh, wow.
So when we were running at Maryland, we had 4 wrestlers, 1 ref that was Shakespeare, and we had a stage manager in the back that was helping us with costume changes.
I'm going to cut you off only because
we're good.
we're running a little,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I want to
we're
make sure I
good.
get to everything. Your show with your rat traps on the
Yes.
tongue.
Yeah.
And I've seen them backstage. They are real.
They are real.
And you have tattoos
Yes.
of most of what your world is there, and I like
Right.
that. There's the rat trap, and I see over here is like, I guess this is the raccoon trap right there.
Yeah, this is the raccoon trap. Yep.
All right. And you are a world record holder.
That is correct. I hold 3 Guinness World Records currently.
Let's hear them.
I have the record for most number of mousetraps released on the tongue in 1 minute, which stands at 63.
Okay.
I have I originated and am the only one to have ever hold the Guinness World Record for most number of rat traps released on the tongue in 1 minute.
Now, see, well, I'm going to cut you off there because I was about to goof with you a bit, going like, you got a record of a thing no idiot wants to do. And you said that the rat trap was unique to you, but the
Yeah.
mouse trap wasn't.
That's correct.
So somebody before you,
Several somebodies.
several somebody thought, I'm going to make, because I was ready, not to pile on,
Right, no,
we're
no,
friends
you're
and
good.
all that, but I was going to go, now you chose a weird thing, because
It
anybody
is.
can have a record. I could have a record for pouring
True.
iced lattes on my head.
Right.
Because nobody, but the Guinness people probably wouldn't get back to me, right? Somebody did the mouse traps before you.
Yeah.
But is that where you got the idea?
Yeah.
You saw for a freak show.
So yeah, when I was
American
coming
Freak
up,
Show.
working in Sideshow, a friend of mine
Sideshow,
did it.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, it's fine. One of my friends did a world record, but not through Guinness.
Now mousetrap, yay big, roughly.
Yeah, there you go. That's live. That's real
Is it?
size. Yeah.
Okay. You moved on to rat trap,
Which is also actual size.
much larger, and no one wanted to do it.
No one has. That's not true. I've had several people come message me and go, "I'm thinking about taking your rat trap record." I'm
Okay.
like, go for it.
Other sideshow type folk.
Yeah. I'm like, absolutely go for it. I will never come back through it.
Okay, now somebody, because you eat fire, all people that do things that are kind of painful. We get, does it hurt? The answer is, for me, fire eating hurts a little bit. It's not horrible, but I can imagine that's worse.
Oh.
Fire eating is not as bad.
No, this one sent me to the emergency room. I had to have my tongue stitched back together.
I don't. Oh, I see it. I see. You have a little coffee tongue. Put that away.
That's all, yeah.
But I just saw that there's that. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so I have a nice little groove there. I didn't have, 63, 13.
13 rat traps in a minute.
In a minute.
So you do one, you have time to go. So the mouse.
You don't have a lot of, you're like, oh.
Now, is part of the record that it must make contact with your tongue, or you just have to trigger it?
All right, so
it
each
has to
one
slap down.
Yeah, it has to slap on the tongue. I can set off the rat trap with the tongue depressor, but that's it.
Oh my God. All right. How much longer do you think you're going to be doing that? You're younger
I
than
will
me,
never do
but
the
that's
rat
great
trap.
now.
I do one rat trap in a show, depending on the show.
Okay. But you do a
I
few
won't do
mouse
the
traps
record
at the
anymore.
show
I do
today.
a couple mouse traps, sure.
But how much longer for a show that involves
Pain.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can retire with it.
Okay.
Because while it is painful, it is not as painful as one would necessarily think. And that may be all to do with I have a high threshold for pain.
And the theatricality of it.
Yeah.
As we know in this business, doing variety tricks, and I've definitely talked to my patrons, they know this, so I'm not saying any secrets here.
Right.
Juggling fire is no more really difficult than just juggling 3 clubs. You just have to get used to having fire near your body, which
Right.
anybody could do. My shirt's unbuttoning itself for sexy reasons. I do have to wrap it up here.
Okay.
What I usually do, we'll get to your bona fides in a second, so get ready for
Right.
those. My last question all the time is I deal with anxiety and depression.
Right.
I don't know, I'm not going to delve down in your world, but it is a thing that I try to make as prevalent because I think people are shy to talk about it and should.
Absolutely.
And I think about joy a lot. I think about happiness. Where in your performance, if you had to pick one moment, if you have one, if you don't, you can just say don't worry about it. Where in your performance do you find yourself having that little touchstone of, man, I feel so much joy with that joke, that shtick, that bit, that interaction with a kid or a grown-up? Do you have something like that?
Most of the time, it's either I tell you what, I would say normally, as in an answer to your question, the reactions of the crowd usually is what makes me the happiest. If I get a really weird reaction or a really grossed out reaction, or I've had a couple of people faint in the audience, that's a falling ovation. Those are all very cool moments inside. But honestly, if I were to answer your question completely honestly, I would say it's actually after the show, talking to people about what they just witnessed.
Okay.
Because that's when I get to hone in on an individual person and go,
Right.
so yes, this is what I'm doing, and this is why and how, and I can actually have a conversation with them. And just yesterday even, there was a guy that came up after my first show, and he was just blown away by what he witnessed me doing. And I was like, I was able to have a one-on-one with that individual, and he was very thankful for it and walked away.
That's
with
awesome, and I want to get it on record here because I've never shared a stage with you before. But yesterday, I started plugging you as something that might be a little squeamish and freak people out. You're okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, great. I'm doing this with my arm right now to let me know in the editing process. I'm putting your bona fides down here, but if
Okay.
you want to say it out loud, where can people find you on the internet?
Oh, you can find me as Dash Rippington on almost everything: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram,
And
everything.
it says that there right
Yeah.
now. And for the rest of this year,
Oh, and dangerously.stupid.com is on.
dangerously.stupid.com. And where can people see you the rest of this year, 2026?
Oh, 26. This year I will be at Festival of Legends. I will be at the Maine Renaissance Festival. I will be at the Virginia Fantasy Festival. I will be at the Maryland Renaissance Festival.
Heard of
I've
it.
also got another festival in November that I cannot announce yet.
Okay, great. So, guys, when you get a chance at all of those events you just saw, and the next weekend, if you're a Florida fob watching this right now, this should go live Tuesday or Wednesday of whatever week this is. Coming out, it's your last weekend here is next week, and mine too.
Right.
We don't know what. Do you know what? Well, we'll.
We don't know.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. So, Dash, let's see. Casey, I'm gonna ask you to look down the lens, which is roughly there on the phone, and you say goodbye to the people.
All right, everyone, let's have fun. Goodbye.